What did I do wrong, officer? What did I do wrong?
Put your arms on the top of the car.
I am. What did I do wrong, officer?
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm diabetic. I'm diabetic.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm not.
Get on the go.
This is a masterclass in how to turn a simple parking violation into a federal civil rights lawsuit. Deputy Jeffrey Bretzloff, working off-duty security at a Walmart in Toledo, Ohio, encounters taxi driver Lufti Saeed Salim. Within 30 seconds, Bretzloff is agitated. Within 90 seconds, he's committing a constitutional violation so egregious that the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals stripped away his qualified immunity. This wasn't just a bad call. It's a total failure of procedure. And what followed was a blatant attempt to cover it up. This is Rights by Riverbeast. Let's get into it.
Know the rules, hold the line. Silence isn't guilty, it's a design. From the trunk to the bag, they need probable cause. Rights by Riverbeast. Brush up on your laws.
Before we go over the relevant parts of the body cam footage, we have to go over the rules of engagement. As always, for excessive force complaints, we look through the lens of Graham versus Connor. Under Graham, any use of force must be considered objectively reasonable. Was the force proportionate to the threat? Was the suspect actively resisting or simply failing to comply? Bretzloff decided to skip de-escalation tactics immediately and jump straight to using his taser on a man who was simply asking why he was being stopped. That is not policing. That's an ego-driven power trip that the courts have now explicitly condemned.
Howdy, sir.
How are you, sir?
What are we doing?
Oh, nothing. He come here to start insulting me.
Okay, do you have a driver's license, sir?
I do, but he come here to.
Do you have a driver's license,
Why
sir?
you need my driver's license, officer?
Because now I'm contacting you, so now I need to see your driver's license.
Why? What reason you want to see?
I'll give you about 2 more seconds. I'm gonna make this an official stop. You want me an official stop, or you just want to keep it cool?
No, I'm asking you a question. What's the problem?
Because he called me over here because you're parking in a no parking
I
zone.
understand. I just dropped the client here.
Okay. Can you produce your driver's liceness, sir?
I will, but you need to send me the reason.
Go ahead.
I will, but you need to send me the reason.
Go ahead and step out of the car.
You need to tell me, officer.
Go ahead and step off the car.
Hold on, officer. Officer, hold on.
Come on.
Don't force me. Don't force me. Hold on. What I did wrong? Don't touch me. Don't touch me, officer.
Get out of the car!
What I did wrong?
Now!
What I did wrong, officer?
I'm going to tase you if you don't get out of the car.
For what reason? I am getting off.
Out of the car.
No.
Hands up against the...
No, hold on. Officer, hold on. What I do wrong?
Don't come off.
What I do wrong?
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Turn around.
Okay, hold on.
Turn.
What did I do wrong, please? What did I do wrong?
Put your arms on the top of the car.
I am. What did I do wrong, officer? Because the guy, he come insulting me. What do you want to bother me? I'm here doing my job. What I do wrong? What are you doing? What are you doing? Man, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Officer, leave me alone. Officer. Call the supervisor for me. Officer, leave me alone. What did I do wrong? What are you doing?
Get me.
What are you doing to me?
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm diabetic.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Get on the go.
Now watch this part right here. The camera hits the ground. Absolute chaos. Bretzloff is screaming, "Stop resisting," while Salim is clearly complying with his hands up. But here's the smoking gun. In his own internal report, Bretzloff claimed that he ordered the man out of the car and the man refused. The body cam proves this is unequivocally a lie. He grabbed the driver before even giving a lawful order to exit the vehicle. He then claimed the driver was trying to get away. He didn't get away. He was tased and collapsed beside his own taxicab. Bretzloff falsified the report to justify his assault. Fortunately, in this case, the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals is going to force some accountability. The court was clear. Salim plausibly alleged excessive force, and the right to be free from that force was clearly established.
I thought it was egregious conduct.
Sheriff deputy yanks a cab driver out of his car. A federal judge dismissed the lawsuit.
And now, 4 years later, in a 2-1 decision, a federal appellate court rules that the deputy used excessive force.
This week, the 6th District Court of Appeals overturned a dismissal of the case.
They found that there was no active resistance, that all 5 uses of force by the deputy was excessive and violated Mr. Salim's rights.
But here's the kicker. This is the part the department tried to bury. After that video surfaced, Sylvania Township and the Lucas County Sheriff's Office scrambled to CYA. They both issued press releases. Sylvania claiming it wasn't one of their deputies, and the Lucas County Sheriff's Office claiming he had been disciplined. Except, was he really disciplined? The investigation was an internal echo chamber. And the discipline? A verbal reprimand. No dock of pay, no suspension, not even a punishment walking a terrible beat for a week or two. A verbal reprimand. They want the public to believe this was a minor procedural lapse. It was not. Bretzloff got an effective slap on the wrist for a federal civil rights violation and falsifying a police report. These agencies are just pointing fingers, hoping the public will forget.
Why are you arresting me? What are you doing?
First of all, resisting arrest.
I did not resist.
Yes, you did.
I did not. How I resist? How I resisted?
Have a seat.
Gotta talk to supervisor.
He's going to jail. Well, he's parked here in the lane. One of the Walmart people came over here and asked him to please move.
Yeah.
He started calling him all sorts of racial slurs, calling him a fucking redneck. Got out of the car, said he's gonna whoop his ass. Jesus. So now we got menacing, resisting, and then we got resisting. Fight. Oh yeah. What's up, Habibi?
Now, I'm sorry, I have to pause right here. Notice how he says, "What's up, Habibi?" Now, is it possible that this white police officer typically greets other white police officers with a "Hello, Habibi"? Possible. Or maybe there's a reason he chose to use that greeting within earshot of this specific cab driver. I guess we'll never know.
Well, he was parked in a no parking zone. And one of the managers asked him to move. So he threatened the manager, told me he was going to kick his ass. So he called me over there. Then he refused to identify himself. And then he started to resist arrest. So I'd tase him.
Now notice here, Bretzloff starts telling his colleagues that the Walmart employee claimed that the driver was threatening, except when he first approached the driver, he said absolutely nothing about threats. Now, it's quite possible that the employees did report this, and for what it's worth, the driver did end up pleading guilty to disorderly conduct. However, in all reports that came out, nothing was mentioned about threats. The Walmart employee simply mentioned that they asked him to move his car. As on my latest updates, the federal civil rights case is still ongoing. I'll be sure to keep you up to date as any developments occur. If you liked this video and you want to see more breakdowns like this, please help by liking this video, sharing it with a friend, and most importantly, subscribing. Until next time, know your rights.
Know the
Hold the line.
rules, hold the line. Silence isn't guilty, it's a design. From the trunk to the bag, they need probable cause. Rights by River Beast. Brush up on your laws.